Welcome to this special Thanksgiving edition of Man360. I'm your host, Brian. Today we're going to look back and relive some of our favorite segments from this season, including a bunch of bloopers for you to enjoy. At the end of the program, I share some thoughts about thankfulness. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. Welcome to Man360. Atomic Lotus Yoga and Aerial Fitness. What did she do?
Okay, once you find the sweet spot, go ahead and walk back, lay back into it. Okay. Tippy toe under that beam point above you. Take your legs nice and wide, hips over the shoulders, and hook those legs. There you go.
I'm not sure what this is.
That's it. Beautiful job.
Oh my God.
There we go. And I'll get you back.
Woo.
Light swing there on that swing point.
You're gonna swing us?
Now what do
You're
I
swinging yourselves, which is perfect.
Hey, Bodie, thanks.
Now what do I do? What's
First
next?
inversions.
I think I'm stuck.
Hey, your head's turning red.
So coming out.
Your
I'll
face
give you
is like as red
I'll
as that
stop you
ribbon.
from moving. Take the legs out wide.
Come out wide.
Pull up,
Look at
push
that.
the feet down, and you'll come right back up to that sitting position.
Woo!
There you go. All stars.
Atomic
Aerial
Lotus
All-Stars.
Yoga.
So I'm down
Chin
here.
in, knees in. We're gonna go through.
Go
I
through
got
this
this.
way.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
Boom,
There you
Bodie,
go.
I did it first
Tuck
before
it in.
you.
Tuck it in.
Tuck it in.
Don't let go.
Don't let go.
Chin in.
For the love of
And
God.
roll. And that's usually most of our
Who
clients'
ended
first
up on their
reaction as
feet?
well.
Right here. Right here. Now what are you doing?
The backflip.
There you go, because I
Average
brought
to
it
that
up.
tailbone piece where we were earlier. You're gonna lay back into it. Reach up high, don't let go ever. That's our number one rule, never
See, I
let go.
think I was built for that.
Feet in and over.
So
then hands like this or?
Hands higher, yep. Not too high, about eye level. Okay.
on my tailbone.
Yep, let your body weight rest in it. Come under those swing points, boys.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Am I at a swing point?
There you go, yeah,
Okay,
you're
now
there.
what am I doing?
Knees to chest, through the hammock.
Knees to chest, through the hammock.
Through the hammock, over, toes overhead. Don't let go of that hammock. Keep on coming, I got you. Yep. Not on your head. Well, he didn't let go. That was our number one rule, is not to let go. There you go. Nice job.
Boom! What?
Overturn bender, now you don't be picky. Northbound 280, happening near Hickey. And another crash, it's time to tell you we're talking north 280 ramp to westbound 92, so I better slow down on this rapping spree. Thanking my sponsor, Martin Lawrence Gallery. Overturn bender, now you don't be picky. Northbound 280, happening near Hickey. And another crash, it's time to tell you we're talking north 280 ramp to westbound 92, so I better slow down on this rapping spree. Thanking my sponsor, Martin Lawrence Gallery.
So we are here with John Schlitt, formerly of Petra, now his solo career and what he does. He has a new album out called Go. And so he had mentioned during the interview that you saw on TV about there's some certain noises that he tries to make or that he makes to warm his vocal cords up. So Yolanda said that she thought that I should try some of these also notes or things that he's going to try to hit or do. So I'm just curious because he didn't say any of these on TV, so we want to hear what these things are.
And this will be the first time I've ever done this. Okay, the part of my voice that really needs the care is the real high stuff. And you go, yeah, yeah, you know, that high stuff. It's that,
Can I just Milli Vanilli it? Do it again, John.
And I just did I was in rehearsal last night, and they had me ring. So those high notes you hear right now are real squeaky, and that goes to show you that I need to warm up on that. So. There, good. There you go. And you know, I used to do, on one of our videos, it's got the guys imitating what I did. Whoa, whoa, yeah. It's whoa, whoa, yeah. And I don't know why they did that, but apparently I did it all the time. And as I'm looking back and remembering, they're right. They're right.
It's so great.
But now I concentrate more on the real high notes because everybody wants me to sing high.
So actually, I got to thank my wife because I actually got to sing a little bit with one of my heroes of the musical faith, John Schlitt. And again, thanks, John.
Buddy, my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Rick Wolf.
I'm back. Hey.
You are back. I know if it has to
I
do
didn't
with
want to do this, but
I know. If it has to do with the kitchen and I hear food, I always want you to be the guy that's presenting this to us. So today we are going to make...
Well, not your mom's bologna sandwich. Brian, you probably got a bologna sandwich like this once or twice.
I did. I think actually mine was pimento loaf.
Oh,
not
good.
actually banana, just the bologna.
Bologna, yeah.
Yeah.
So not mom's bologna sandwich with mustard and bologna strips, but something a little bit more manly. Can we say that? So a couple thick slices of
Can I say
bologna,
something real quick? I'm just letting you know, my dad is watching this right now. He is in heaven because he eats bologna. The only thing that would be more amazing for him is to do Spam sandwiches.
We will have to work on that
Well,
one.
you don't have
Absolutely.
to. It's a little disgusting on the disgusting end.
So we're just going to make this a little bit similar in that we're going to use mustard, but honey mustard. We're going to sweeten it up a little bit with some pickled cabbage and onions and some pickled jalapenos. Drop your bologna on here as well.
Okay.
And you're going to need this knife. Go ahead and, just be prepared. As this heats up, it's going to want to bubble up because of the contact and the heat. So we're going to score this in just a second.
Do you want me to score this one?
Yeah, actually just a couple little cuts on each end.
Okay.
Yep, exactly like that. The opposite side.
Should I make it like a little smiley face?
There you go. As you can see, it's doing its thing right now. Brian, you're not looking.
No, I'm sorry. I'm making smiley faces. I'm sorry.
So it's wanting to puff up right there. Flip it over. Good catch. And then go ahead and
Score this one.
score this one on each side. Here.
There
And
we
if you want,
go.
go ahead and drop that one on there because
Okay.
I'm going to try one as well. Please go.
I'm going to put my smiley face facing this way.
There you go.
You can make different textures and different designs and things in your
can
bologna
we
would
try
be
that
good
here?
too. Yeah.
I've actually made it worse. What did you do, Brian?
Mine's working great. Look at mine is perfect. It doesn't. It's not even bubbling at all.
Now, that's what we want to see.
And you said you put vinegar and sugar and let it kind of marinate in there a little bit.
Apple cider vinegar, so it's a little sweeter.
Okay.
Adding then about a half a cup of sugar in with it.
Okay.
We're just going to drop a little bit of that on top. Just want a little of the heat, but nothing too much.
And I like how you did a manly thing. You just took it off the counter, just threw it back on the
right back
sandwich.
on.
Yeah, you don't throw
Absolutely.
that away. You'd actually put the. Well, I probably should flip mine over here. Let me see.
Yep.
Rick's like just getting into his sandwich, and he's like, "Oh yeah, and your sandwich, whatever that is
This
over
is
there."
yours. And then any kind of jelly, but in this case I used a fig jelly.
I'm going to pretend like I'm actually doing something here with this bologna by spinning it.
Perfect.
Ooh,
I'm
I'm
with
actually
you.
cutting it. Look at it's actually cooking apart from itself. That looks like kind of like a
Right.
Pac-Man.
So we're going to top this off with that jelly on the top roll.
Okay.
And here we go. Just cut this in half here. And not your mom's bologna sandwich.
I'm wanting to do a signature series. You've got an iconic mustache. Would you help me design one? So we came up with the fragrance profile, and I made up some sample waxes. I'd send it to him. He'd try it out. He's like, it needs a little bit more of this. and it was just a process like that where we sent several samples to him, and we came up with a fragrance of bacon, gunpowder, and clove.
So you get your
And-
GSR smell,
Yeah.
bacon for your barbecue, and a clove if you're going to go drink some tea or do something else for you.
Yeah, and it has some pine rosin in it for some extra tackiness to hold the curls better.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I had one that was really funny. I wanted to launch this one, but my wife was like, "You can't do that," and I'm like, "I'm an idiot. I'm going to do it anyway." So I did one called Monkey Farts. This one, it smells like pineapples, apples, and bananas, and some vanilla. And I sent some to a guy, and he's like, "Dude," he says, "I love the fragrance. My wife hates the name. Can you make some Dutch oven wax for me?" So I'm like, "Yeah, we can do it."
Just for you.
Yeah. So I tried to come up with something that smelled like a Dutch apple pie.
Yeah.
And we called it Dutch oven.
That's
I sent it to
hilarious.
him. And so here's Dutch oven.
So basically, if guys have an idea of maybe a type of smell or something that they thought of, could they email you on the website and say, "Hey, I've thought of this as a smell"? Maybe
They
Is there
can
something to consider.
well, so that has
maybe we do a Man360 brand.
I actually have some private label stuff.
Yes. What is it?
This one is Donut Explorers, and it is one where this one smells like a pecan sticky bun,
Okay.
and it has pine rosin in it for some extra tack
Yeah,
in
extra
the,
tack in
the
there.
curls. So.
Well, Brett, this is amazing. Yuan and I, we were watching some other videos and stuff, ones that you post.
Right.
And I just really believe, again, God's hand is in all of this. You and I were messaging back and forth and just
Right.
talking about, how God has opened some doors for you. And we just continue to
Absolutely.
pray that this even gets greater and bigger and more fun, I think, for you too. You do it as much as
Absolutely.
you want. You're not told of anybody else to do. It's great.
Yeah, and even with this stuff, I had one guy tell me, I gave him a free tin of Monkey Farts mustache wax, and he told me later that was the day he had decided he was going to commit suicide, and the day that he learned that he was getting some mustache wax, he said was a turning point for him.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Monkey farts
if
save
God,
the day.
if God can
Working
use
through-
monkey
he
farts,
can use
he
anything.
can use anything.
Brett, thank you so much. Appreciate you being on the
No
program
problem,
again.
man. Thanks a bunch.
You bet. You mentioned something very interesting that I wanted to get into about forgiveness and how you really, and that was one of the things I'd mentioned before too, that I really wanted you to share about the level of forgiveness that you had to walk through and how God brought you to that point to release forgiveness to the people around you that had really hurt you. So can you share about that?
Well, it was tough because, when my father was shot and killed, my mother remarried another guy from Guatemala. I don't know where she found two Guatemalans in the same city. That's
Like
always
not
baffled me.
another non-Italian, another
Yeah,
Guatemalan.
yeah, you know. So she found another
Chicago's
Guatemalan.
a big city, though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's got a lot of
big
people in it.
You know, at Guatemala Independence Day, I'd be the only one with a flag and drive around the city. You know, but so she married another Guatemalan guy somehow, and but this guy had some major issues, you know, and he was abusive to me, and my mother didn't know, so because she would work as a waitress and he would stay home and drink, and he would torture me, literally torture me. I was maybe 6, 7 years old, and he would he wanted me to be fat. He was kind of fat, so he wanted me to be fat. So that's why I'm big. You know, he was a fat guy and I was a thin little boy, and he wanted to plump me up. So he would make like 12 eggs, and he would force me to eat all the eggs, and I had to eat them fast. Or he would take me to McDonald's and he would buy 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, and he would make me eat it really fast. And so I had to eat fries like not one at a time, which I would do as a kid. I'd take one at a time.
Yeah.
He said, no, you got to grab a stack like this, 6 at a time, and you know, and put them in the ketchup. And so he would force me to eat like this. And if I wouldn't, he would put popcorn seeds on the ground, and he would make me kneel on popcorn seeds. And then he would give me big dictionaries, and I'd have to hold dictionaries up like this. So I would kneel on popcorn seeds, and I would hold up dictionaries as a 6, 7-year-old boy. And if my arms got tired and my elbows bent, he would beat me with a leather belt. So I'd have to sit there for whatever, 20 minutes, half hour, holding up these books. And every time why would anybody do this to a 7-year-old child? I mean, he was sick. He beat me with nunchucks. He was into Bruce Lee. He had these spiked nunchucks. He would beat me with them. One time he cut me with a knife, and we obviously had to go to the hospital, and I had to get stitches. But he always had me lie to my mother, because he said, if you tell your mother, I'll kill you.
Wow.
So I have to say, like, I fell down, I was playing with knives. I'd always make up these excuses why I'm all black and blue, why I'm cut up, you know. He would put me on he'd turn on the stove, all the burners, the fire, and he would put me on the fire if I wouldn't eat fast enough. So he got me, you know, plump me up, told me to eat fast and all these things. Yeah. And he tortured me till finally, my grandmother, she begged me to tell her, because my whole back was black and blue. He would beat me with sticks and everything. And my grandmother said, honey, just tell me. I won't tell anybody. Please tell me. And so I finally opened up to her. And of course, she told my mom. My mom immediately divorced him and left him and took me away. You know, so she saved me, my mother and my grandmother, from opening up. But I always said, when I get older, I'm going to kill that guy. When I get older, I'm going to kill that guy. And so 12, 13, 14, I started gangbanging. I started looking about the streets. I started becoming a tough guy. I started playing with guns. And so I'm set on when I see him again, I'm going to kill him. Or at least beat him down.
Right.
I mean,
like at least do what he did to you, basically.
Yeah, when I was little, I would say I'm going to kill him. But as I got like 15, 16, I said I'm going to beat this crap out of him, like, you know, so on. So, but then I got saved.
That was a wrinkle in your plan,
that was a wrinkle.
in the gangbangers' plan.
Exactly. So when I got saved, all of a sudden the love of God came in my heart, and I understood, you know, this guy was a sick guy. Yeah. And I needed forgiveness. I did so many bad things. I understood how bad I was. Yeah. Because I stole from my grandmother by drugs. I stole from my mother when she was on her deathbed dying of AIDS. I would steal the jewelry and give it to my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I mean, just
Happy Valentine's Day. Here's a stolen piece of jewelry.
How bad can you be? A son to steal from a mother or jewelry? I mean, that's as bad as you could get, you know? I was scum. And I figured if God forgave me, I need to forgive him. Yeah. And so it was really how God forgave me. So I went to find him, and I finally got him. I knocked on his door. He came out, and he was shaking and trembling. He knew I just got out of jail. He knew I was a gangbanger. I had a ponytail, and I looked like a gangster, you know, tattoo and everything. And he was shaking. And he's like, Joey, please forgive me, please. You know, he said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And he's crying. And I said, no, listen, I'm not here to beat you up. I said, I'm here to let you know that when I was in jail, the missionaries came and told me about a man named Jesus Christ and how he forgave me my sins. And I've come here to forgive you. He said, what? I said, I've come here to forgive you. And he started crying. And I gave him a hug. He hugged me. And I shared with him the gospel. He got born again. And he got saved that same day too.
can't tell you why you're walking through this valley. I can't tell you just how long you've gotta stay. I can't tell you why your heart feels so unsettled, or when this all will change. But I can tell you there's something you can lean on. It's a promise that won't bend and it won't break, and it will keep you when the future is uncertain. You're not out of grace. When the darkness overwhelms you and the fear just won't subside, when your questions outweigh answers on those long and lonely nights, friend, you gotta keep on moving. He is with you in the valley of despair, and he won't leave you there.
Holy Crap, Finding God's Presence in Your Pain is more than just a book. It's a look inside a very painful time in my life where I almost lost my eye to a disease that doctors could not find the root cause. It drained us financially, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually. It's also about an awakening of a relationship with God and realizing that even though I didn't want to hold on to Him in my disease, that He was still holding on to me. It's a known fact that at some point in life, we will all go through a painful circumstance that can be difficult to navigate. Who we are and what we believe will be tested. I know that I didn't really understand who I was until I came to the end of myself, and this book is my story of what I went through and also what I learned in the process. HolyCrapBook.com has also been set up as a resource for you to continue the conversation after you read the book. You can also go there for more information about how to order the book. I'm excited about helping people see that they can find the holy in the crap of their lives. Blooper 360. Okay, everybody stop making me laugh. I don't need any ammo. All right. My shirt's giving me power. It's giving me energy. Woo! I'm not opening my eyes until I'm ready to go.
We are recording.
I'm not looking.
Are you ready?
I'm not looking.
Open your
I'm ready.
5.
Ooh, my eyes got blurry. Okay, I'm ready.
Easy.
Can you see? By the way,
Oh, there was a fly.
that only stunned a horsefly basically in my office while she was gone, and it did not work. All it did was zap and fly. He flung his cigarette at me and flew away.
And let's do our 360 degree program.
Sorry. Let me just get it all out, right? Okay. And scene.
Okay.
We also took a few days to visit the cloud forest region of Costa Rica and the city of Monteverde.
Ready? It was a great, wow.
Where is that?
I'm just making words up now. It was a great. It was a squirrel. What you're doing is you're working your muscles. Let's do our 360 degree review of today's program. It worked. In my own mind.
You're traveling through another dimension.
Let's do our 360 degree view of today's program. Dr. Rodney Howard-Brown is a bigger-than-life figure.
I'm sorry. Let's do our 360 degree review of today's program. Sorry, I just had to get it out. Okay, sorry, start over. Sorry.
Okay.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, dreamers, and me.
I noticed his love of hot rods and the development of, while growing his handmade mustache. Oh my gosh. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Ah, shoot. Recently, oh gosh. Everyone in the video, now you got me all messed up. Culture by making the, Doug Griffin, let me redo that. To the Yellowstone National, oh shoot, oh dang. We both fish, but have never tried fly. Ready, we are ready. We're recording.
All right.
Thanks. Yell on. 3. It involves using their website, music, video, and everyone in the family. Grabbing one item around the house to use to tell a Bible story. And one and rolling. Thank you. Get that recorded and then have Sean put it in our bloopies.
Brian Morris has been presenting the gospel in exciting and creative ways for over 25 years. Host of Man360 and the author of Holy Crap, Finding God's Presence in Your Pain, Brian's mission is to help men find the joy of God even in the heaviest of life's circumstances. You can have Brian Morris speak at your next men's event by contacting us at man360.tv/contact. We look forward to seeing you soon.
I was a huge Star Wars fan growing up. I can remember as a kid when my parents bought me the Millennium Falcon. It was better than getting a bag full of money. I put it all together with my mom, and I was the talk of the neighborhood as that kid who had one of the best toys out at that time. I think I remember that gift and was so thankful because my parents gave me something that they knew was going to bring me joy. I've always been a thankful person, not just for my parents encouraging me to say please and thank you, but to be appreciative. I wanted to highlight a couple of verses for you from the Amplified Bible. Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious or worried about anything, but in everything, every circumstance and situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, continue to make your specific requests known to God." And in Philippians 4:7, it says, "And the peace of God, that peace which reassures the heart, that peace which transcends all understanding, that peace which stands guard over your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus is yours." These verses are not just about the process of prayer, but a petition with thanksgiving. It's a prayer that's motivated by thankfulness. There is something that happens when we're thankful with God. When you are thankful, you appreciate where that effort came from, and you bring a protection for your heart and your mind. When we think of Jesus dying on a cross and making a way for us to get to heaven, we have the option to just say thanks. When was the last time that you thanked Jesus for what He did on the cross for you? I've said this before, but I think of this statement: thankfulness provides an atmosphere for change. If you want to see change in your life, work on your thankfulness. What I mean is actively look for ways to live a thankful life. This Thanksgiving, take some time and thank Jesus for His sacrifice and begin to practice a daily life of thankfulness. Let's do our 360-degree review of today's program. As you can see, we like to have a good time with this program and live the motto of Christian Television Network, which is enjoy life, consider eternity, which means that we can enjoy our time on this earth, but everything we do needs to be looked at through the lens of eternity. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts about thankfulness and the importance of living a thankful life. This Thanksgiving can be a great time to start a habit of getting up every day and speaking thankfulness into your day. Jesus has given us everything to be thankful for, and we can be that perfect reflection of His joy in this world around us just by simply being thankful. Man360 exists for men to be complete in every way through Christ, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Please connect with us on our website, Facebook, or Instagram, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Man360.